going to combine day 3 and day 4 of our own personal social distancing, isolation, whatever you want to call it. Because every time I look up the terminology for how my husband and I are doing, even though we're not infected, nothing makes sense. But then again, nothing about the situation makes sense because nothing is black and white. Nothing is really set in stone. There are no clear answers. There's still a lot of gray areas. And as much as a person that loves like thinking in the gray, I would really like some black and white answers right now. But that's not going to happen anytime soon, I feel. So for the past 3 to 4 days, I'm just going to briefly list what we did. Saturday, we went and got some lunch from Los Betos, Mexican food, because my dad really wanted it. We took it to his house and we microwaved it. We sanitized the whole bag. We sanitized every sauce cup, just everything, just because we can't risk it. We don't know if anybody that was working in the kitchen might still be, or it might be sick, not still be, but there is a rule right now in Idaho, or where you can't, maybe it's Ada County, you can't dine in. You can't eat inside the restaurants right now. It has to either be delivery, pickup, or drive-through. So we did that. We took it to my dad's. We had a really nice time, just kind of distance eating, socializing, washed my hands probably 10 times when I was there. He was very kind to give us a few things. And then we went on our merry ways, and it's just really weird not being able to hug or kiss your family goodbye. But it was really sweet. We said, "I love you." He said, "I love you more." And it went in this pattern where it's like, "No, you don't." "Yes, I do." All the way out to our truck in the driveway. And I could hear him in his house still saying, "Yes, I do." So that was really sweet. Then we went to my in-laws' house and got my hair chopped. I took off 5 inches, gave myself a little bit of bangs I keep playing with, because if this doesn't blow over in, I don't know, a few weeks even, people think it's weeks, I don't think it's gonna be weeks. If it doesn't blow over in a few months, I don't want to be stuck with long hair that easily gets tangled and knotted up if I don't take good care of it, which I don't always. So I'd rather have it low maintenance and chop it off now in case if it does get in a nasty knot like it did one time last year that was too painful to even brush out, because then I won't be able to go to a salon or my mother-in-law to be able to cut it and fix it. And then we were there for a little bit. I stayed my distance away from my father-in-law especially. I did not touch anything in their house. It's really weird when you're just sitting in your chair like this, and I didn't even touch my phone. I just sat there and I watched everybody talk, and I talked when I was spoken to, or I sat in the chair when my hair was worked on. That part was the only part where you don't really get good social distancing because my mother-in-law is working her hands around my head and she's like getting inside my face to level my bangs and stuff. I just held my breath. But I stayed a good distance away from my father-in-law because I wasn't feeling too good on Saturday. I had a lot of coughing and my husband just kept looking at me. I had a lot of coughing, which I thought was just hay fever because it's spring now and the plants are starting to sprout. And then I had a roaring headache, almost like a migraine on the way to their house. But then I figured, you know what? I haven't really been drinking water. I've mostly been drinking coffee, tea, and Gatorade. No water. And I'm the worst water drinker ever. So I chugged 2 bottles of water, and within an hour I felt fine. So all the symptoms went away, and I don't know. It's so hard because you can't tell if you're positive or not, or if you're even a carrier right now or not, just because you could have it without having any symptoms. It could be on you and you could give it to somebody else. That's why I stayed really far away from my father-in-law. just because he has terrible health. And hopefully my mother-in-law washed her hands after she cut her hair. But yeah, I felt better once we once we left their house. Came home, did our usual thing, and then I went to bed early. In fact, I went to bed without dinner. I'm trying to kind of save and conserve our food, so I went to bed without dinner. That was fine. I was even starving. And then what was it? Oh, I also checked in on all my friends. I called a few girls, I messaged a few other girls. I have 2 best friends that we talk every day anyway, so I have good faith that they're okay unless they say otherwise, and then we talk about it and offer support. I need to call my little brother today. And then yesterday, to make this one short because I'm running out of time, let's see here, got up, got dressed, made lunch at home instead, sandwiches and Cheez-Its, and then we drove an hour and a half out by Elko, Nevada almost, like we were right on the border, to the sand dunes. I can't remember the name of them, but there are sand dunes out by Mountain Home in Elko, Nevada, that are really pretty. It almost looks like something from Egypt. It's like surreal. I didn't even know something like that existed in Idaho. We tried hiking it, but because of course it's sand and every footstep that you take, you kind of sink in and slosh around. It was really hurting Kyle's ankles, my husband. It was really hurting his ankles, so we had to go home. We had to just cut it. Plus, there was a little bit more people there than we wanted for comfort. It was really hard to run away from people that are coming towards you because maybe they don't really care about the social distancing, or can't help it if a child is running towards you, because kids don't really understand it as well, I don't think, unless their parents are thoroughly teaching them about what's happening. It's kind of a tricky subject. And now we came home, we showered, ate some cucumber slices in the backyard, and I did a few cartwheels out of boredom and played with the drone and had a really nice dinner for the first time in 2 weeks. We have to go grocery shopping soon, so that'll be interesting. All right, have a nice day, and maybe I'll make a video later. Bye.